Hey everyone, what's up? It's JMan508, and I'm back today, and today is Friday, June 5th. You know what that means? The companion changes and the bans took effect today in Arena. So, with that, I'm going to play some Mono Red for a couple of reasons. One, I do like the archetype, and I'm comfortable and good with it. And then two, in a new format, playing aggro is normally a good way to get a bunch of wins, just because everyone's trying new things, so you can just kind of get underneath what they're doing and get in there. And with the new companion change, Obosh doesn't really make sense anymore. So Mono Red looks more so pretty much exactly, with a few sideboard changes, exactly what it looked like pre-Ikoria. Though I do think I do want the 4 shocks instead of the Rimrock Knights. Having access to shock is rather good. And then, yeah, so the sideboard is slightly changed. We have the Blazing Volley from Ikoria, that's the only really new card. Everything else is from Eldraine or earlier, or I guess you have Annex in here as well. But yeah, so it's pretty much standard mono red, no Obosh, so we can play the Amber Cleave, we can play the Torbram, we can play the Steamkin and the Robber. We have the Frenzy in the sideboard, and Tibalt in the sideboard. Tibalt's good against the control decks as well as Unchained Berserker, which is good against white decks. Lava Coil against those creature decks where you want to get rid of stuff. Redcap Melee, obvious reasons. Winota decks, I think I want to actually have more melees instead of lava coils, just because of Winota, and then Blazing Volley for the cycling decks is really good against them. Okay, so let's see how we do with this. So let's try out standard after the bannings and everything have taken place. Haven't really been paying too much attention to Magic this week. You might have saw I posted some Gwent last week. I'll probably post more Gwent going forward because I've gotten back into it and enjoy it. This is a pretty decent opener, Scorch Spitter into Steamkin with a shock in case they have something we want to get rid of. But yeah, since the bannings the cards are banned on Monday and then nothing really happened until today, finally. I haven't been paying too much attention to Magic this week. Played a couple games, but not too much. But now, gonna hit the ground running this weekend and try and get there, you know? So, what are they? Are they just some sort of Bant Ramp deck? I guess so. I can't really do much else here. Sure, I'll take that. No blocks. I guess they're just Bant Ramped without Companion. They're 3 mana open, so I don't really want to run Annex out into a counter spell. So I'm going to just try and play the second Steamkin and see if it resolves. So they could have a Mystical Dispute. Okay, that resolved. So now I'm just going to attack with both. No reason not to. Sure. And I'll say go. Interesting that they're main decking Knight of Autumn. I guess they run into... I am in Platinum, but still. Sure, the Fairy.
Let's slow this down.
Bouncing my Steamkin. Yep. Expected. No blocks. I can't cast Shock now, so it doesn't really help. So I can Steamkin shock, shock. Pop a Steamkin, Scorch Bitter. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start the Steamkin train here. So let's shock the Teferi. And I think now I just want to move to combat and see what they do. Okay. So they block there, which is what I kind of wanted them to do. So now I'll play my Scorch Spitter. And pop the Steamkin to play an Annex. And say go. Shocking in a Hollow Fountain where they got a ECD, but they had the mana for that already. Oh, Krasis for 4? Sure. Resolve. It's my turn. Double shock. So let's just go to combat and see what they do. See how they line up their blocks. Yeah, that's expected. And that's expected. Okay. So how much more damage can we get out? So for castle it's 1, 2, so 1, 2, 4 right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, that's way more than enough. So let's proc the castle, pop the Steamkin, shock, and shock. That should be game. Yeah. Yeah, 9 damage here. Okay, let's go to game 2. So they're running Hydrate Krasis, so I want the Tybalts here. Don't really want... Shock isn't really that good against them. So bring in the 2 Berserkers. I'm gonna cut an Embercleave and a Torbrand. Actually, I'm just gonna cut most of the Embercleaves in favor of the Frenzies. Does this seem okay? The reason why I'm cutting the Embercleaves is because of Teferi, they're not as good. Yeah, let's try this. Anyone see those spoilers? The M21 spoilers look insane so far. We're getting Ugin again. Wow. One of the most busted Planeswalkers. Feels good, man. It's nice it's getting a reprint because it's pretty pricey. I think I bought my Ugin when it was like 60 or 70. I think I bought it for 70. I have 1 copy of Ugin for that's in my one of my modern decks. Just want to play the Steamkin here. I think so. Represents the most point potential in the long term by getting it down now. They don't have much in the way of direct damage, but they could have like a Devout Decree. I'm assuming they would probably board in all. Oh no, no Devout Decrees. Okay, so it can attack, but it can block. Just want to cast Tybalt here. I'll cast Tybalt. This is kind of unfortunate. Just have a big brick wall in front of me right now. Opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Well, sorry Frenzy. You don't get to work anymore. For now at least. but I'm going to cast Berserker. And Fervent Champion, pre-combat. It also turns off Robber of the Rich as well. That's interesting. I don't want to attack right now, because they can just get a cheap block off with that. So I'm just gonna say go. There's no point to play the Robber of the Rich. I guess there's really no point to play Fervent Champion there, other than that's a 4. We get to draw a card if they have Shatter this guy. So that's one reason. Yeah, so now we get to draw cards, so let's go ahead and resolve. And then deal 1 damage to them. So it's nice of them to get rid of their own Dranith. So let's go ahead and play Robber of the Rich and get in there. Ah, look at that. A nice little arrow. Let's draw some cards, shall we? Oh well. Can't gain life off of it right now, so it's fine. Okay, that's interesting. So we're just gonna go ahead and play the Fervent Champion and attack again. So what could they have? They didn't have anything to play there. I don't know. We're gonna cast Light Up the Stage. Activate Tibalt and play another Tibalt. Keep that Tibalt and say go. We're gonna leave that at 5 because we don't want them to gain life. Well, they choose to forfeit. Alright then. Perfect. Alright, so let's jump into the second game. Or match. Yeah, so like I said before, mono red is kind of well positioned in the early stages of a format before people discover the really busted things. Because there will be a clear best deck again. So we just have to get to that stage. I'm going to leave the Scorch Spitter. But now that companions are nerfed pretty heavily, it's interesting to see a nerf happen in Magic. I didn't think I was actually going to see it, but it needed to happen, otherwise they were going to have to like ban stuff, and I didn't really want to do that. I'll decline because I don't really want to play that next turn. Because of the Annex and then into Torbrand, that's a lot of damage. Fairy, sure. So now I have a decision to make. So I can either still just jam the Annex, but it's not that great, or I can Bone Crusher Giant and play the Scorch Spitter. I think I like that play better. So that way I have a bigger Annex for a future turn. Gain 4 life, interesting. Okay, now that we have 2 annexes. I'll play 1 annex here. Trade up the Scorch Spitter for the Knight of Autumn because I get a 1/1, so it doesn't make too much difference. And then if they have a... Oh, they have Nissa. Okay, that's fine. That's not too bad. It's not that bad for me.
The land fights for us.
No block, sure. Okay, so they could have a counter spell, but then I just get in for some damage. So I'm gonna play the Torbrand. And then attack them. That was an interesting block. They should have blocked the Annex there. And now I'm just gonna cast Light Up the Stage. Oh look, I got another Torbrand if they killed this one. Okay. So what are they gonna do? Big Krasis? Yep. Over 4. Not too bad. Now they have just more annexes. I'm just gonna jam the annex in. It's like kind of have to block. It's a lot of damage. I'm gonna play another annex and then play a Bone Crusher Giant. Maybe I should have attacked with the Torbrand there since I had one. So they could cast Shadow of the Sky, but that leaves me with a bunch of 1/1s. If they had Shadow of the Sky, they would have done it before animating the land. At least, I would hope they would. I don't know. So they need to deal with the Torbrand somehow. Another Krasis for 4? Doesn't seem too great. So now I'm just gonna attack all of these. Not the Torbrand. Leave that back because I don't want to trade it off now. So I'm gonna play Annex. So yeah. So I'm gonna get more Satyr tokens. I'm gonna try and play the Steamkin. Perfect. And Annex. They go. So I don't really know if they can. So they can give their breeding pool indestructible if they want, but I mean, it's not too great for them because they're also, yeah, they're gonna give it indestructible and get a bunch of lands. Then what? Cast Shadow of the Sky. Then I get 2, 3, 4. Draw a card and get 4 Satyr tokens. So there's a shock. So I get in with 3 of them, and I can, how many? So I can pump them twice to deal 3, 6, 9, and I'm 1 off. No, I can't pump them twice, I can only pump them once. Undo. That's fine. Still going to attack with all. can pump them up and get in for 4. So go. The fairy, sure. Can't play things at instant speed. So getting rid of one of my tokens. Another Nissa, so they get blockers.
Cannot
I think they've stabilized now. And now they're gaining life. Yeah, I think this game is over at this point. I think my mistake was not attacking with Torbrand that one turn. Yeah. Because that put him in a bad place if they didn't block versus blocking it then. Yeah, this game's over. I'm just gonna go ahead and move to the next game 2 over on the play. Okay, so we want the Tybalts, Frenzies, get rid of Ember Cleaves. I'll leave it in. Get rid of the Shocks, they're not great here. Bring in just 2 Berserkers. Yeah, just 2 Berserkers is okay. I think this should be good. That's kind of how I sideboarded the last match. Let's go first. No, this hand's way too slow. Oh, this is better. If I draw a land, I'll be in a good spot. If I don't draw a land, then I can just light up the stage and I should hit one. So as much as I want both of these, I'm gonna ditch the Torbrand based on this hand. Just take too long for me to cast it, and I can get to Ember Cleave faster. So I drew the land. So to maximize damage, normally you want to cast Light Up the Stage before playing land, but since we have 2 Fervent Champions, in my mind it's better to play the Fervent Champion first. Instead of... Yeah, so this is why you don't want to... Yeah, so in that situation, I still think it's correct to play the Fervent Champion. But hitting 2 lands with Light Up the Stage is why you normally don't want to play a land from your hand before casting it, because otherwise you just lose out on a card. Like this was draw a land instead of draw 2 lands, like it could have been. Sure, resolve. Okay. So I'm just going to stomp them in the face. So they are tapped out. Attacking with 2 brings this down to 4. And so that's 6, 7, 8. Puts them almost dead. So I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, so they're at 1. Let's go. So they go. So now they have to... they can just explode. Yeah. I don't really want to change anything. I'm on the draw, so maybe I want to cut a land. I'll cut a land for... no, not the coil, for the Berserker. And then try this. Okay. Seems like a reasonable hand to get 1 drop, 2 drop, 3s options. Yeah. Keep this. They didn't take a mulligan, so So Rob the Rich probably won't be online next turn. Oh, but they grow spiral, so they're gonna get another land out. Sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Robert doesn't hit anything, but I'll slam it for the points, for the damage. Okay. I haven't done too much yet. So I just played another growth spiral. Okay. Stuck on lands. Rather unfortunate, but it'll be okay. So I'm gonna save the stomp for later. So they're gonna, I guess while it's on the stack, I'm just gonna stomp it. Just get it off the battlefield. Nice. Doesn't land. Get some attacks in and play Tybalt to prevent them from gaining any more life. And since I have a second one in hand, I'm just going to minus to get another body on the board. Oh, okay. So that was enough to get them to quit. It's nice. Yeah, so that's 2 match wins there. Quick and easy. So yeah, that's mono red in the new standard environment. Seems pretty good again. I have some other decks I want to try out this week. Just to see what's good. So I'll probably record a whole bunch this weekend of different decks, a few different decks. See what's good in new standard. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Excuse me. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know down below ways I can improve. Any decks you'd like me to see, send me some ideas for the new standard environment of what I should try. And we'll see how this format builds out, and up until M21 comes out later in the next couple months. Yeah, so have a great good day, everyone. See ya.